Hello everyone, it's Jackie Hayes speaking. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Perth, WA. I hope everyone is keeping well today. My challenge for my ladies today was to do a waterfall card, and this is the one I've come up with. If I pull it down slowly, you'll be able to see what's happening, and the words I've got on it: you'll make the world a better place. Then when you push it back up, the waterfall bits of the card come back down. The stamp set I'm using today is Beautiful World, and the die that comes with it is World Map, and it's got the two globes and a one for just cutting out the globes off of here. It's got the feathers and the inkwell, and then it cuts out the feathers and the inkwell, and this is a globe stand. So you've got if you wanted to do a bit of fancy down the edges, and this is writing. I've not used that, so I don't really know what that looks like, but we'll get started. I have done a lot of the cutting out because it is a bit on the fiddly side. So I've cut the two globes out, and I've used brass foil. I've cut out the feather and the quill and the inkwell, so that's ready to go. I've got just a little tiny, I think it was 3/4 of an inch punch for this bottom bit, and that's so you put your ribbon on there to pull it. And I folded that in half. The paper I'm using is this one, and it is World of Good Speciality Designer paper, and I'm using this bit with the brass squares on them, and that is the back of it. I'm not using that, but this beautiful paper, I've used this on a couple of cards now, and that's one of the sheets. Comes with a yellow backing. Right. The first bit is I've got a long piece of more, I've forgotten the name of this one, Moonlight, Misty Moonlight. It's a new one that's in, and I do like it. I've got the base card in Misty Moonlight, and it's A5 scored at 10.5, and then this piece is 2 by 9 inches, and that will be scored. The inside piece is 10 by 14.5. This piece is 10 by 14.5 for the designer paper. I've got Misty Moonlight at 1 inch by, I think it's 4.5, yeah, by 10.5, and this piece is 1/2 inch by 10 by 9. So there's the bits. I've got 4 pieces of Whisper White, and they are 2 by 2. If you wanted to put something else on it, designer paper, then you would have to do them at 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. But I didn't want to do that because I wanted these bits to stand out. So this first bit that I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this one on. and I'll use my Tombow glue. Push it over just a fraction. I've not got it quite straight. That's better. And this little bit here I'm going to put on this piece of Misty Blue, Misty Moonlight. So that's that bit, and this piece sits there around about an inch up. Yeah, about an inch, maybe a little bit more. And I've done it so that when I put this on, this will line up with this, so it's not out. I didn't want it to be looking too much, so I'll just set that on one side, and then I've got to bring my cutter in. Just move them out of the way so I don't lose them. Got to bring my cutter in because this piece of Misty Moonlight is going to be scored, and the scoring is 2 inches, and this light, they've got 2 blades. The lighter one is the score blade and the darker one is a cutting blade. So it's 2 inches by 2 3/4 inches, but then 3 1/2 and 4 1/4. So there you can see that's, just get that out of the way. So I'll now move this out of the way. This bit all extends and it comes in inches as well as centimetres. It also has a piece down here in the middle where it's inches and centimetres. So if you've got a long piece, you can still line it up. And it has markings down at the bottom. So if you've got a 12 by 12 sheet, you can line it up perfect. If you put a 12 by 12 in and line it up there, it cuts at 6. So it's easy enough to do a 6 by 6. Right. Now, this bit, you do, I've got, where is it? My bone folder. And just mark it over and keep scoring it, making sure you've got it straight with your main piece of your card, because once it's on your card it needs to lay straight for pulling down. Right, the very first bit I've got to do is I'm going to put this on now, and I'm going to use the new strong tape because I don't want this piece coming off. And I just get a separate sheet of paper, and I just want it on the edge. I don't want it anywhere else. And I've made it so it overlaps a little bit, so I can turn that over, that's not a problem. And I do it on that edge as well. Oops. Come on. That's better. And you don't have to tick this one, but unfortunately I still do, because the old tear and tape, you actually had to tick it to keep it off. Right, so there's the tape on there, and I put this piece on, put that piece on there, about there I think, maybe a little bit further down, there, make it so it's 4 squares up, press it really hard, then this bit will fit under there, and this piece lines up with that piece there, and that's going to have some tear and tape on it as well, so it's and I want to put plenty on this one because I need it to really stick firm. And what I do then is I'm going to just, because it's overlapped again, I'm going to just put that down a little bit. Sorry. Now I need to make sure I've got this on level on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be in the middle of that one and that one. So I've got 3, so that's about right there. Press that down firmly, and then this piece will pull in and out. And then what I've got to do now is I've got to stamp this first one, and I've got the Misty Moonlight ink pad, and it is very juicy. I'm just tapping it gently so it doesn't go all over the sides of the ink, the stamp pad. I just want to make sure that's level. Oops, come on. Yep, that's perfect. And I'll just wash that off with the, while I've got the ink out, I will just do the inside. And all I did with the inside was put a world map on its stand there, so that it can be used for anything. It doesn't have to be a birthday card or an anniversary card. It can be a get well or a thinking of you card. And just tap that one, making sure I've got the world map right way round, otherwise we'll be in big trouble. I might just, yeah, stamped it off so that it's not as dark. That's better. I like that one where it's not as dark, I think. And so that's that bit done. That's ready to stick inside. Just wash these pieces off now. And this is a chamois that I'm using, and all I've done is wash that under the cold tap and it's rinsed it off. This is the brass foil, which is absolutely stunning. I love that. I'll just put this away because we've finished with this piece, and move that. Now to do this now, just put this first one on, and I'm going to use my silicone mat for this, and just need these to stick fairly well, so I'm doing it with the strong tape again, and that is going to be just make sure I've got that bit on the right one. Yeah, didn't want to stick it on and have to take it off again. So that is the bottom one. So when you push that up, this piece stays where it is at the bottom. So the next one then is put all of them on. It's going to have, and with the silicone mat, you can put glue on it, you can put tape on it. It doesn't stick to it, you just roll it off, it's not a problem. Just make sure I've got that one right, which I have. And that one's perfect, that's spot on. Then the last one. There. Right, so now I'm going to put some Tombow glue on the back of these. The first one is to have the map on the world, the globe. The feather's going to be in the middle. Just putting a bit of Tombow glue on this. I don't want too much on because it comes off onto the front of the foil, and I don't want that to happen. So that's just right. So then put, if I can pick it up, I'm struggling to pick this one up, that's better. I haven't raised these up because if I do, the waterfall part won't work as well. So that's that, and this is the inkwell. That's stuck, and then the last piece to go on the top bit is the world again, but there's two different worlds, part of the world. One of them's got Australia on it, and one's got America on. I think that's the way that one goes. I'm not quite sure now. Have a look, see which way it goes. That way. Just make sure that sticks. I'm going to put this bit in the middle out of the way, and I'm using Tombow glue for this. Okay, now for the next bit, I didn't want to do a hole in it, but I wanted to indicate that you pull it, and I thought this was the best way to do that. And what I did, I put a bit of Tombow glue on, and then nearly enough pushed it together. We'll push this out, and making sure it's in the middle. Fingers are a bit sticky now. So there, that is in the middle. It glides really well. And the next bit is some ribbon, and I've got the new ribbon from the new In Colours, and this is Bumblebee. I don't want too much. I want enough so that it's enough to pull. And then I'm going to just put this onto this piece. Make sure it's even rather than odd. And I haven't got a Stampin' Up stapler, but any stapler will do, just to hold this piece, if I can just get it right. So that's better, like that. That's good. Happy with that. And now all I've got to do is put some, I've got some enamel dots, and I put them on here. I might put blue ones on this one. I've got yellow ones on there. No, I use yellow. Use yellow, it'll match the gold or the brass. And I've got my take your pick tool, and pushes them off. Put that one on that side, and that one that makes it look like brads. And that's the waterfall card finished. And though I did all these beforehand, it's so quick and so simple, and it's effective. When my granddaughter saw it yesterday, she said, "Oh, Nana, that is brilliant." I think somehow I might lose one of them. So that's the two that I've made. And if you wanted the instructions, you can ring me on 0422 547 461, or send me an email on jackiesan50@gmail.com, or you can even just go onto my blog, which is http://jackiesancards.stampinup.net. At the moment, starting from today, Stampin' Up have got a special on again, which is great, because if you spend $90, then you will get a coupon back on your email to to say that you've actually got a $9 coupon, and you will be able to spend this from I think it's the 1st of August. I have to check up on that one, but it's in August anyway. So you get $9 off your order in August. If you spend 180, you get 2 coupons, and so on. You don't have to just stick at $90. You can spend as much as you like, and you will get rewarded for spending, which is good. We all like a reward. If you would like a mini catalogue, I'm going to put my order in for a mini catalogue today, and hopefully they'll come in the next fortnight, which I'm not banking on anything at the moment. Then just let me know. I give them free of charge. I don't charge for these, whereas the big ones I have to charge $5, but the little ones, they are free to you. So if you want one, please let me know, and I can get one to you. Okay, thank you for watching, and stay safe and stay well. Until tomorrow, be good.